So let's first of all tune into Master on this blessed day. And, you know, one thing that can be helpful is to think back when you first heard of Yogananda ji. Think back when you first heard or read the autobiography of a yogi. And the time, that sacred time when the guru was whispering in our ear saying, I'm the one, I'm your guru, I am your Satguru, I am here to take you to freedom. And some were not so clear before discipleship, like, am I sure this is really my guru? But then they find out, yes, he was my guru. So don't feel badly if you weren't 100%. That's part of the process. The process is whatever it took, the guru came and the guru grabbed us and pulled us into his heart. And so today, his wonderful birthday, um, and so we're going to have a little party afterwards with cake. Not a big party or anything, but if you want to have a little snack afterwards, we have that just to celebrate his birthday in that way as well. But during satsang, it's our opportunity to feel his presence within and to uh, just feel that joy that he is bringing to us. It's the biggest gift of our lives. Dharmarajan and I have been periodically, we watch these near death experience videos on YouTube. We highly recommend them. And it seems a little odd to mention, but these people had near death experiences where they crossed over on the other side. And when they do, they have that experience of oneness with the divine. Not necessarily Mahasamadhi type stuff or Samadhi type stuff, but still feeling the beautiful oneness that is actually there in the astral world. And then they come back and they don't want to. They always say, no, I don't want to. After they also said very often they just kind of forget about the rest of the family. Now that's after a while, not immediately, but they are so engulfed in the love of the divine on the other side that it just makes it difficult. Why come back here into the body? Why squeeze into this almost leather-like casing? They said sometimes it almost hurts when the soul gets sucked back into the body. Master would call it being in the body was like wearing a big heavy overcoat. And so, but the one thing these people talk about in that oneness is how accepted and loved they felt, just completely accepted and loved for who they are. And that all the people there were no politics, there were no like competition, there was no snide remarks. Everything is as you would think it would be, where just souls are interacting with souls. And believe it or not, that's what we wish would happen here. It really is possible to see things from a higher perspective, to feel happy for others when they succeed and not take it as a threat because they might be slightly better in your mind or something like that. No one is better than anybody else. And that's hard to say in a society with 1.3 billion people. How can you get ahead without competing? Well, you have to compete in a certain way, but it's very important to feel that you are loved and accepted. And we always, if you come from the astral and you're loved and accepted by other souls in that way, and then you come on earth and you find you're not loved and accepted in the way you want to be. But don't we all long for it? Don't we all continuously long for that? We always want to have the love. And the only way to get it in a pure way is if your partner or whoever can actually practice unconditional love. That's a wonderful thing. But most of all, the guru and our gurus practice that unconditional love with us. So we long for that love and acceptance. It's no surprise we would feel that way because look, on the other side, that's what we get nonstop is unconditional love. When we're in the divine, we get unconditional love continuously. You know, it's like blood in the veins, just this overwhelming love that comes to us. And then here we get upset because other people that are also in bodies now, souls that are in bodies, are not behaving the way that they should. But that's why we're here to learn our lessons, to behave wrong, to behave right, to learn, and then we're all affected by each other because that person did something wrong on me. But it's no surprise that if we came from that, from the astral, from the unconditional love, if we came from that, it's just no surprise we long for it nonstop. It's that longing here on earth that makes us desperate for the guru to come, for us to say, I want to finish my lessons now. I'm ready to finish my lessons. I need the Sat Guru to free me. And then, once we're free, we get that 100% of the time, that unconditional love. But this is where Kriya comes in. Because when we practice Kriya, when we practice the beautiful meditation practices that we have, the energization, the Hong Sa, all of the things that we do here, they can help us feel that unconditional love. It's not with another human, it's with the divine. And so life as a Kriya yogi is about slowly but surely transferring our desire for unconditional love from people to the guru. It's a slow process. And some people never get it. They're always pulling on you, and they're never going to understand that it's all inside. They're just going to keep grabbing outside of themselves. But Kriya Yoga provides a natural process, and Hong Sa. It gives a natural process for withdrawing the energy into the spine. Hello, come on in. It gives, our techniques give that natural process for withdrawing into the spine, which is the key for feeling that unconditional love. And um, so what the Guru's birthday today reminds us is to recommit to our practices because we want that love. We want it so badly. And so recommit to those practices and you will find that love coming more and more and more. And that's the only way. We keep going, well, maybe if I just find the perfect this or the perfect that, I'll finally feel that that perfect love. But the only way to find it is through the techniques, through divine love, loving master, loving God more and more every day. It's the only way. And that is the key to liberation as well. We think, oh, I've calculated it out. If I do X amount of Kriyas for the next 9 years, I'm finally going to be free. Well, it's not a mathematical calculation. And so it is something that cannot be separated from love. It cannot be separated. You have to have that love in the heart or there will be no freedom. Zero freedom without love. If you cannot find that love, there is zero freedom. You have to have the love. Even a Jnani yogi has love in his heart. as Sri Yukteswarji tells us. So you might look at Sri Yukteswarji and think, oh, he was a Jnana yogi. He never felt anything. He was just, in his mind and logical and calculating. That is not it. When you read the his book, The Holy Science, you see in the last chapter him saying, um, and now I have proved that without the love in the heart, you cannot find God. And so don't get fooled by the ones who say all you need is the technique. Don't listen to what they say. Why do we have to have I remember one guy who was new and he had been online only. So he had no idea what we did here. No idea. And he came and he was here to get Kriya. And that's it. I'm here to get Kriya. Okay. He jumped through all the hoops that were required to get Kriya. So what are we going to do? And then after he got Kriya, he came to a satsang and we were talking about something like getting along with others or something, which is key to opening your heart to learning. And he said, what's going on here? Why are we talking about this? And it was like, I guess you didn't find your home, guy. Have fun with Kriya. And he never came back. So, you know, unfortunately, that's what we are here. That's what Ananda is. And the community thing that we offer here is a side thing we do here. It's not the main event. It is a side event, but it's a crucial part of what we do here. It's crucial because we're humans. We have to have human connection. And why not have it with people who are like ourselves a little bit? We don't all have everything in common just because we have Kriya or just because we're practicing the techniques. But there's a better chance that you'll find someone here who is interested in similar things, you know? And so anyway, as we chant right now and as we go into our meditation, reflect on your life and feel that original joy you felt when you touched your first connection with the guru. Feel that original joy and try and hold on to that all day long, at least, to feel the original joy that we had when we finally met our guru. For me, I was so desperate. I didn't even know how desperate I was when I found Master. But I just remember finding Autobiography of a Yogi and asking my friend, so is this book any good? It was on his bookshelf. And he said, yeah, but there's like these miracles. I was in California, so that's how they talked. Yeah, there there's miracles and I just don't know how true it is. It was like, okay. And I read it and I was just believing every word for some reason. It's such a miracle that that book has touched millions of people. It's such a powerful book, not just words, the vibration, as Master said, he put the vibration into the book. So, I read that book and it opened up in me a new kind of desperation for something I didn't even know I was desperate for. And there it begins. And so in any case, you know, uh, I remember I was probably halfway through Autobiography of a Yogi. I used to sit at a little table outside my apartment in the sunshine and read it. And I just was walking from my car to my house, and I became overwhelmed with this desperation. And I just said, please bring me my guru. And, there at the time, people probably say it here, but in California, where it was kind of new agey, You know, when the student is ready, the guru appears. That comment came to mind at that moment, like, please bring me my guru. And then from there, things progressed with Master. So no matter where we are in the world, even though India knows many, many secrets that the rest of the world does not know. And so feel blessed that you were born here. I mean, where I grew up, no one talked about gurus or anything like that. Uh, I, we did in the Bay Area in San Francisco, we had gurus come to the area. So that was my introduction to that. But anyway, I had spiritual feelings for a long time before that. And California was perfect for that, especially where I was. Lots of spiritual things happening. It was a spiritual candy store, which we always say everyone goes through the phase of spiritual candy store first. You know, you have to taste this and taste that and taste this before you really say, wait a minute, this is the main taste I want in my life. And then it's very important to not taste other things anymore once you have committed, because you can't go deep in one path if you are spreading yourself thin in other ways. That's why if you get Kriya, you cannot practice any other techniques besides what Master teaches. No other techniques. You can kind of sneak in as a disciple, and that happens at times. But for Kriya, absolutely not, because it won't work if you're doing other techniques. So make sure you're not doing that. Make sure what happens is we get bored. And so we think, oh, I'm going to like add this in and I'm going to add that in and I'm going to add that in. And then I won't be as bored. But no, the boredom just keeps you superficial and you will never feel that divine love. You'll never feel bliss. So if you want bliss, focus on this path if you have committed to it. I know not everyone here is necessarily a disciple and committed, but once you find your path, no matter where it is, you focus on that and you drill down, and then you get bored and restless and stuff, and you do the techniques even more to drill down more. But you also learn to have a balanced life. You learn to have fun. You learn to exercise. You learn to make sure you're doing all sorts of other things to feel like your life is balanced, and you just keep drilling in your sadhana. Drill every day. You are drilling deeper and deeper, and that joy comes, and then bliss comes. And it is no lie, we know many saints on this path. This is a true path. We know many people who we feel have found freedom through this. Many people have been leaving the body recently. And before, when Swamiji was in the body, he would say, I feel that person was free when they left the body. So Kriya brings that freedom.